Football presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky live here in New York City. It's Tuesday, December 13th. I'm Jamie Erdahl. It's Kyle Brandt, Peter Schrager, and Jason McCourty. Guys, Monday Night Football. Man, Lisa Salters had a litany of injuries she had to deal with last night. Both sides of the ball, but most notably, Kyler Murray. We're going to find out more in a couple minutes from Tom Pelissero, but huge impact for the Cardinals.
Huge impact for the Cardinals. Competitive game. The Patriots are alive. What do we got? 12 days till Cowboys-Eagles, guys? Is that where we're at? 12 days till Christmas? I think we are doing the. We got an advent calendar to Cowboys-Eagles. And we have a triple header this weekend in NFL Network.
We do, but it's time for the lead block. Hey!
100% pure electricity in the form of Patriots at the Cardinals. Cardinals 1-6 at home this season. Look at Patricia and Mac Jones. They're getting along. They're brothers. They're congenial. They love it. Everything's good. Kyler Murray, though, this is not good. It's the third play of the dang game. And he's going to do the Kyler Murray thing. He's going to scramble. He's going to quick, and then he just goes down. And this sucks. This is one of the worst parts of sports. The part that we do not like about our sport. Kyler does not get up. Hashtag non-contact. It's terrible. It goes down. He's going to get carted off. Ian Rappaport is standing by in Stately Rappaport Matter as we speak to give reports about Kyler Murray and his stats. The game goes on a 2nd and 7, first quarter scoreless. Mac Jones gets his arm hit. It gets picked up by Isaiah Simmons. First team all-draft type a couple of years ago. He's made some plays this year, but the Cardinals have not had enough plays for him. Second quarter. All right, you want some entertainment. There's Peter's guy, Colt McCoy. Peter's done on the air. He sat with him at the Bay Wedding. Good guy, Peter? Great guy. Great guy. So James Conner. James Conner. Jason, I think you ran through your brother there.
Yeah, he dragged a few Patriots into the end zone on that one. Get fired up, James.
James Conner, 5 touchdowns last 4 games. Very good player. All right, now watch Mac. Mac just shut up. Mac is ornery as hell last night. I'm telling you, there's more to come. They're down 13-10. They're losing the Cardinals. Now watch how weird this is. He gets to Tyquan Thornton on a 3rd and 10. He gets out of bounds early. Now watch Mac. Come on, what are you doing? Come on, it's right there. They're pissed. There's a lot of that from Mac. Joey Judge. Joe Judge is tapping in on Matt Patricia like, give me a chance. Colt McCoy out of the middle. DeAndre Hopkins. Ball. Pick up that ball. Who is that? Raekwon McMillan. Jay, tell us about Raekwon McMillan.
Raekwon McMillan, the guy was a Miami Dolphin, a Raider, and now he's a New England Patriot scoring touchdowns.
And look at that. Judge and Maga, Patricia and Matt. Patricia is Judge, Judge is Patricia, and the Patriots win. 7-6 their record, guys. They're just right where they need to be in the bottom end of the AFC. They win by 2 touchdowns against the Cardinals, which just circled the drain. But unfortunately, we had to talk about Kyler Murray's injury, and both coaches spoke about it after the Patriots win.
Yeah, it's tough. There's no doubt. You see teams go through it every week, but you lose your starter on 3rd play of the game. Kind of a deal, non-contact. It's just tough to watch and see, and you got to be able to rebound and continue to play the game now. I've never seen him in that type of shape, so I assumed it wasn't good.
Tough to see a player like Murray get hurt. Hope he's okay. But it's still a lot of good players on the field. Offensively, play better. A tough break on the interception. Mac got his arm hit, but I thought we did some things better. Still got a long way to go.
So we saw Kyler Murray get carted off on Monday Night Football. Colt McCoy came in and paced the Cardinals, as he has had to do already this season. But Tom Pelissero joining us now. Tom, you're in a different scene today, coming to us from Irving, Texas, for the December league meetings. But let's talk Kyler Murray. Last night in Arizona, left the game early. What's the update this morning?
Well, Jamie, you heard Cliff Kingsbury says it does not look good for Kyler Murray, who is feared to have suffered a significant knee injury when that right knee buckled on the opening drive last night on Monday Night Football. That now raises questions not only about him for the rest of the 2022 season, where obviously Kyler not expected to play, but also given the timing of the injury, raises questions about his availability for the start of the 2023 season as well. Murray is going to undergo further testing, including an MRI today. That will give the Cardinals a better handle on the severity of the injury, but certainly it appears to be a major knee injury for Kyler Murray as the Cardinals now play out the string and enter an offseason with one more big question looming over the organization.
Absolutely, and the Cardinals felt that they had answered that question at quarterback, signing to a huge contract to Kyler Murray this past summer, and now to see this happen to the Cardinals quarterback is really heartbreaking. Tom Pelissero, thank you very much. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Hang with us. So Monday Night Football delivered a costly loss in a lot of ways for the Cardinals. It was an ugly win for the Patriots, but here's what the win did. They are no longer in the hashtag capitalized lurking column. They are officially sealed that wild card spot, the final one, after this week of play. But those two teams at the top of the lurking column, the Chargers and the Jets, your eyes kind of go there. And frankly, the way the Jags are playing, they could be a part of that conversation too. But let's stick with the Patriots. Peter, after that game, what stands out to you?
I appreciate the lurking in caps lock. Gina, we appreciate you back at the home shop in Mount Laurel working on that one, because now the teams are all surrounding those wild card spots and who's going to get in. And the Patriots had to dig deep yesterday. They were riddled with injury. They came in riddled with injury. Then they were losing guys as we went. I mean, we saw Devontae Parker go down. You saw Jack Jones go down. And when they needed it, it was two unlikely heroes at running back who stepped up. I got to be honest, I didn't see Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris being the guys who were going to put this game away for them, but it was Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris. Pierre Strong, a 4th-round pick, 127th overall. Kevin Harris, a 6th-round pick, 183rd overall. And as much as there's a camp of the Belichick can't draft anymore, Belichick wishes on the draft, Cole Strange has played a big role in this team this season. Tyquan Thornton, we know Marcus Jones is their do-everything guy. Jack Jones was playing well. Sappy came in. Now you got Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris, 2 rookies. This is what they are. South Dakota State and South Carolina. They combined for 5 rushing attempts going into last night. They both scored touchdowns. They both put the game away. And as we head towards the latter half of December and then potentially January, it's going to be the healthiest teams in the league that win games, but it's also going to be the deepest teams in the league that win games. Now, will I say on the air right now in our program that Pierre Strong and Kevin Harris are going to beat the Bills in Buffalo and go into Kansas City? Let's not go there yet. But they were good enough to beat the Cardinals in Arizona. And that game was a 2-score win for the Patriots. You never apologize for victory. It wasn't pretty at times. And yet they found a way, and they got contributions from guys who have not done much throughout the season, but have been waiting their turn. I like this kind of win from the Patriots where we got to dig deep. They did. And they had guys who were able to step up when they had to.
So true. I remember during the game with Buffalo versus New England, it was just like, hey, if Ramondre Stevenson needs a break, like who's going in the game? Last night we found out who those 2 guys are. And when you look at New England and the way they were able to win that game yesterday, a lot of it had to do with the defense, coming up with turnovers, returning one for a touchdown. And a lot of it had to do with a young guy, Josh Uche, who showed up and showed out in that game. I remember being in New England when we drafted Josh, and the year before had drafted Chase Winovich in the 3rd round. Then Uche comes in the 2nd round, and Uche gets there. I'm like, this kid has no idea what the hell he's doing out here. Hightower, this is the COVID year. Hightower decides to opt out. Uche's playing some inside linebacker, some outside linebacker, rushing the passer, and he came in extremely hungry, trying to learn, trying to figure it out. And as you watch him last night and throughout this season, now has 10 sacks. And Matthew Judon said after the game, this is the guy I've been telling you about. He's our best pass rusher on the team. And now he's getting a chance to play. When Judon said it, if you chip me and you leave Josh Uche one-on-one, he's going to be able to wreak havoc. And he did that last night. Not only his 3 sacks, he's the one who causes this interception by Marcus Jones by hitting Colt McCoy. It's been fun to watch this guy. And he said after the game, hey, it's been a long journey and I'm able to produce now. And he said a lot of it, he said Matthew Judon has been a blessing in his life, having him there as a big brother, he called him, being able to help him and show him the ropes. This is a guy playing confident right now and getting after the passer.
They are, and I watched this game, and I get this morning, I'm looking back, and I'm like, this is the strangest team in the league, I think. It's the strangest Patriots team of my lifetime. I don't get them. The Mac Jones thing, they got this kid out there, like a screaming tennis player, and like this spoiled brat yelling at everybody that he competes, and at the end, he hugs. Like, he was just angry the whole night. There's a lot of this going on. He looks furious. They're in an era and a conference with the Mahomes and Burrow and Herbert and Allen. Their starting quarterback has 7 touchdown passes on the season. He has 8 interceptions, and yet there they are in the playoff spot. The leading receiver is Jacoby Myers. We're starting Good Morning Football with Josh Uche and Pierre Strong, and then they're in the playoffs. A lot of it is, okay, it's the defense. They lead the NFL in non-offensive touchdowns. They lead the entire NFL. Special teams touchdowns, defensive touchdowns. 85 points off turnovers. It's better than Philadelphia. It's better than Dallas. I just don't know how. I still think the Judge Patricia thing is weird. I don't understand how the team is built. And here they are. They're just hovering around 500. And I guess gonna make the playoffs. But like, Are we going to be talking about, they're going to Patriots this thing and Pierre Strong's going to have 200 yards at Arrowhead in the title game? Or is this like held together with rivets and bubble gum, and it is actually kind of a terrible team that is just willing itself to win through their coaching and their defense? I kind of go towards the latter. I can't be like, oh man, this secret weapon of the Patriots is surging right now. They beat like a terrible Cardinals team who lost their quarterback on the third play. So I'm not calling for them to get a playoff spot. I can't call them over the Chargers. I can't call them over the Jets. I think it's a hell of a coaching effort from Belichick, and the defense is proud as hell. But until then, like, weird team, and we're going to have a weird final month. I don't know what to make of them.
Yeah, a multifaceted coaching effort by Belichick, from the guys that he drafted, those rookies, all the way to the final whistle for that game. And when we were preparing for the show last night, I look at what we're going to lead the hours with, and the conversation is like, depending on who wins, and part of me was like, I mean, this is going to be ugly for either one of these teams. Like, this is where we're really, the direction editorially that we're going to go in is like, let's go with the team that wins, because frankly, I think if either one of these teams had won, the way their seasons have gone have been challenging. I think for the Cardinals, a little bit more challenging, specifically for Kyler Murray. I just hate what happened to him last night. Everything that has happened to this young man since whenever that contract weird clause first broke in what feels like last December, but really in reality it was August 1st, essentially. He has just been fodder across the league for what are you doing in your spare time, how are you preparing for games, and then to go down like this on the third play of the game, when frankly the receivers and the players that he is working with offensively, whether it be Marquise Brown, Robbie Anderson, DeAndre Hopkins, the wide receiver room has 1 to 2 years left, each of them, on their contracts. Where are the Cardinals going offensively? What direction? Because frankly, I think if this team had figured a couple things out down the stretch, win or loss, it would have given Cliff Kingsbury, Steve Keim a little bit more direction as to where they're going in the future. And now you just don't know, because now you don't have Kyler Murray and you have Colt McCoy. And are you really going to get a good read on a Robbie Anderson, on a James Conner, as to where this team is supposed to go? I just hate it for the team. And frankly, it didn't matter who won last night. I don't think you were going to get some great answer about these teams.
Yeah, very true. It's tough to see Kyler go down. When, like, as a player, you're on the field and you see the cart come out and everybody comes over. It's just a tough sight to see, to move on now and continue to play the game. And like you said, for Kyler, there's been so much that has transpired, and now to have an entire offseason where now you're rehabbing and going through that vigorous process as well.
It's interesting because you look at the quarterback situations in the NFC West. Like, what do we make of Trey Lance? Now that Brock Purdy's having this thing and Trey Lance is injured, what do you make of Matthew Stafford in the Rams? What do you make of Geno Smith? Like, I don't know. Is he the guy moving forward? They've lost a bunch. And now you've got Kyler coming off a knee. And if Tom Pelissero is calling it like it is, like, it might not just be, hey, by training camp he's ready. He might be not ready till November of next year.
Which is why this year could have been right for the Cardinals to have a year where they define themselves, and they just couldn't quite get there. Speaking of defining themselves, the Cowboys made some moves yesterday. Tom Pelissero joining us once again, adding a wide receiver, but Tom, not the one that we have been talking about.
That's right, Jamie. The Cowboys have indeed added a veteran receiver, but it is not Odell Beckham Jr. T.Y. Hilton, the 10-year veteran, longtime Indianapolis Colt, is headed to Dallas on a deal for the rest of this season. Hilton gets $600,000 guaranteed, plus $50,000 for each game he's active, and he has another $700,000 available in incentives in the postseason. It's a rare in-season signing that is not for the veteran minimum. It shows how much the Cowboys wanted T.Y. Hilton to be a part of their team. Mike McCarthy called it a great addition, said Hilton is ready to go. He worked out for the team. They'll get him ramped up out there on the practice field starting tomorrow, and they expect him to contribute sooner than later. Now, this does not necessarily take the Cowboys out of the OBJ sweepstakes, in part because that deal for Beckham was always going to be as much, if not more, about 2023 as 2022. But T.Y. Hilton gives the Cowboys something that Odell would not have, a player who is ready, willing, and able to contribute right now in the regular season. Jamie?
Man, Tom, great for T.Y. Hilton, great for the wide receiver room in Dallas. So many questions now surrounding Odell Beckham Jr. and how he has handled this whole process versus other teams and what is being said and unsaid. We'll talk to you, I'm sure, again about this topic and many more. Tom Pelissero at the December League meetings in Irving, Texas. Thank you very much, Tom. Saturday football returns to the NFL on Week 15, and NFL Network is your home for an exclusive triple header. Check it out. Colts Vikings, 1 p.m. Eastern. Ravens Browns, 4 p.m. And then a massive divisional showdown in prime time with Dolphins Bills at 8 p.m. Eastern. College football, I don't know know what you're doing because this is what you watch on Saturday. It's a Saturday Showdown triple header all day, this Saturday only. It'll fill your football void on NFL Network, streaming on NFL Plus as well. So coming up on our show, Najee Harris took home the Harry Potter stick. This is what he called it for the fourth time in his career last week. Kyle said that there is a major reveal when it comes to this Najee Harris pick. It could be good, it could be bad. I cannot wait to see.
Yeah, I think it was an all-timer, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing, but it's a reactive one. The Lions made some gutsy calls on Sunday, and they paid off. Could they be scared than the Cowboys? This weekend, you got to play a playoff game. You want to play the Lions or the Cowboys? We'll get into it next.
Let's go.
Good Morning Football.